Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time we're going to dig into something that I am so excited about.
Oh, yeah.
50 journaling prompts for therapy
Ooh, fun.
from a website called lestallion.com.
Nice.
Have you heard of these guys?
I have not.
So they sell journals, and they have all these free journaling prompts and articles all about journaling.
I love that.
So clearly big believers in getting things down on paper.
I love it.
So I am very, very excited to see what we can unearth
Okay, let's go.
in this list of 50 journaling prompts.
Yeah, I think what's really cool about this list is that it's applicable.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't tried therapy or you're not a big journaler,
Okay.
because they're organized into 5 categories that really, I think, cover a lot of ground when it comes to mental well-being.
Okay, lay it on me.
So we've got exploring emotions and self-awareness.
Oh.
We've got building self-compassion and acceptance.
Yeah.
Processing past experiences,
Oh.
setting goals and positive intentions, and then finally embracing mindfulness and self-care.
You had me a processing past experiences.
Yeah.
I have to admit, when I saw that one, I was like, ooh, is this going to get heavy?
Right.
But then I saw a prompt about like a joyful childhood memory, and I thought, okay, maybe we can ease into it.
Yeah. I love that idea of like starting with the positive,
Yeah.
right? Like it kind of makes the whole exploring the past thing a little less intimidating.
Yeah.
And it reminds us that like our past isn't all, challenges and difficult experiences.
Yeah.
It's also full of, joy and wonder.
Totally.
And, even when we are dealing with tougher memories, the prompts are really focused on reflection and growth,
Yeah.
not just like dwelling on the negative.
Okay, so there's a purpose
Yeah,
to these prompts.
Absolutely. Like, for example, one asks you to describe a difficult experience that changed your perspective
Okay.
and what you learned from it.
Okay, so it's like even those tough experiences become like tools in your,
Total.
wisdom toolbox.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's all part of like who we are and
Yeah.
the wisdom that we carry.
So maybe processing past experiences isn't so scary after all.
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
I think it can be really insightful.
I'm into it.
Okay, good.
So moving from past to present,
Yeah.
what about exploring emotions and self-awareness?
Oh, good one.
What stood out to you there?
So one that I immediately gravitated towards was, what's one emotion you feel often but find difficult to express?
Ooh, that one hit home for me.
Yeah,
Sometimes I feel like I don't even know what I'm feeling, let alone how to express it.
right. And that's exactly why this prompt is so powerful.
Okay.
Because it's about, first identifying those
Yeah.
hard to express emotions.
Yep.
You're bringing them to the surface, you're shining a light on them.
Okay.
And then you can start to understand why
Why is that so hard?
are you holding back?
Yeah.
And how are those unexpressed emotions impacting you?
So it's like we're going on like an emotional detective mission.
Exactly.
Like it.
It's about getting curious.
Okay, I'm on board.
Okay, good.
Now, speaking of emotions, I was also drawn to the prompt. Think about a time when you felt loved.
Oh, yeah.
Describe what happened and how it made you feel secure and valued.
That's a good one.
It feels very wholesome.
It is wholesome.
Okay,
I think
what-
that's great.
Yeah.
It's so easy to focus on the negative, right?
Yeah.
So I love that it's bringing in that reminder
Yeah.
of love and connection and security.
Yeah, and like that we are in fact worthy
Yes, exactly.
of being loved.
If being loved and valued.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so moving on
Yeah.
to a category that I think we could all use a little more of,
Okay.
building self-compassion and acceptance.
Oh, yes, please.
What in this category resonated with you?
So this one I thought was really interesting. Think about something you often criticize yourself for.
Ooh.
How can you reframe this criticism with understanding and self-compassion?
Yeah, we are often our own worst critics, aren't we?
We are. It's so true.
So how do we actually practice self-compassion?
Yeah.
It feels very abstract.
It does. It can feel kind of like
Yeah.
what does that even mean?
Like, am I just letting myself off the hook for everything?
Right.
You
I mean,
know?
it's not about that.
Okay.
It's not about denying our mistakes or anything.
Okay.
It's about recognizing that we're human,
Okay.
we're imperfect, and we're all doing the best we can with what we have.
So it's like giving yourself the same grace that you would give a friend
Exactly.
who is struggling.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, cool.
Think about how you would talk to a friend.
Yeah.
You would be way more
forgiving.
forgiving and understanding than you are to yourself.
Totally.
Right.
Okay, so now that we've gotten all touchy-feely,
Okay.
let's talk about setting goals and positive intentions.
Ooh, I like it.
What sparked your interest in this category?
Okay, so this one I thought was really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
What's one thing you want to let go of that no longer serves you?
Okay. I like that one.
Because I think,
I have a lot of baggage.
don't we all?
I could stand to let go of.
I think we all do. All right. And it forces us to confront.
Yeah.
Like, what are those things that might be holding us back?
Totally.
Whether it's a habit or a belief or even a relationship that isn't serving us anymore.
And Lestallion says in the little blurb about this prompt,
Yeah.
letting go is linked to freedom.
I love that.
So what does that freedom look like?
It can look like so many different things.
Okay.
I mean, imagine like the relief of breaking free from a pattern of self-sabotage.
Oh, yeah?
Or like the joy of finally pursuing a dream
Okay.
that you've been putting off.
Like opening up space for something new and amazing.
Exactly.
I'm into it.
It's about creating space for possibilities to emerge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of amazing,
Yeah.
I also like the prompt about like achieving a goal that you set.
Yes.
Because it feels good to remember those wins.
It does. It feels good to remember that you're capable of making things happen.
Yeah. And that we do have agency over our lives.
Absolutely.
Okay, so before we get too carried away with achieving things, let's move into embracing mindfulness and self-care.
Ah, yes, a much-needed exhale.
I know, after all that.
After all that.
What stood out to you in this category?
Okay, so this one I particularly love. What's one mindful activity that brings you peace?
Ooh, that's good.
Because I think everyone's definition of peace is different.
Totally.
And it's about finding what resonates with you.
Yeah, like for some people, it's a walk in nature. For other people, it's, 10 hours of video games.
Totally true. Yeah. Like, whatever it is for you.
Yeah.
It's about honoring that.
What brings you peace.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Find that and do more of it.
I like it.
Yeah.
It reminds me of another prompt in that category that's like, think about something simple that brings you joy.
Oh, that's a good one.
Reflect on why it makes you happy and how you can enjoy it more often.
Yes, because we so often get caught up in the busyness of life, right? That we forget to appreciate.
The little things.
The little things, the simple things.
Okay, so it's like a permission slip to savor the good stuff.
Exactly.
I'm here for it.
I love that.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
And I'm already like feeling inspired to crack open my journal.
Good.
What stands out to you as a key takeaway for our listeners so far?
I think what's really striking is how these prompts encourage us to approach ourselves with curiosity and compassion.
Okay.
Right. It's not about judgment or self-criticism.
Yeah.
It's about exploring our inner world with a gentle and accepting heart.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing even just talking about these prompts has sparked some self-reflection for me.
That's the magic.
Even without writing.
That's the magic of it.
Okay.
It's a powerful tool.
So even if you're not in therapy, these prompts can be a valuable tool for personal growth.
For anyone who's curious about themselves.
Okay.
And wants to understand themselves better.
I like that.
Yeah.
Awesome. So before we jump into even more juicy prompts, we're going to take a little break.
Okay.
We'll be back soon with more insights and inspiration.
Sounds good.
From Lestallion's 50 journaling prompts for therapy.
Yeah, wait.
Stay tuned.
We're back and ready to dive even deeper into these journaling prompts.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, me too.
I think what's cool about this list is that like a lot of it resonates with me even though I'm not actively, seeing a therapist right now.
Right. It's like these are very universal human experiences we're talking about. Everyone has emotions. Everyone has a past, goals for the future, the need for self-care.
Totally.
So let's keep exploring, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay. So staying with exploring emotions and self-awareness.
Okay.
One that piqued my interest was describe an emotion that's difficult for you to understand.
Yeah, okay.
Reflect on what it feels like and how it impacts your actions.
Ooh. Sometimes I feel like I get this jumble of emotions.
Yeah.
And I can't even name what it is.
Right.
Is that what this is getting at?
Totally.
Right.
It's like encouraging you to slow down.
Okay.
Pay attention to like the nuances of your emotional experience.
Right.
Like what are the physical sensations?
Yeah.
What thoughts are coming up? By exploring those details, you can start to make sense of those more complex emotions.
It's like we're going on an archaeological dig.
I love that analogy.
For our feelings.
Yes, emotional archaeology.
I'm into it.
I like it.
Okay, so while we're talking about emotions,
Yeah.
I also was drawn to the prompt about expressing gratitude for the small things.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because I feel like we do get very caught up in the big picture.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's nice to remember those little things that spark joy.
And there's actually science to back that up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there are studies that have shown that practicing gratitude can improve your mood, reduce stress, even boost your immune system.
So it's not just about feeling good.
No,
It's
it's actually tangible benefits.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's powerful stuff.
I'm starting to see why Lestallion's such a big fan of journaling.
Me too. It's like it's a simple practice, but it can be really impactful.
Okay, let's move on to building self-compassion and acceptance.
Okay.
Because that's something that, like, especially in today's crazy world,
Oh my gosh.
I think we could all use a little more of.
We need it desperately.
Desperately.
Yes.
So what caught your attention in this category?
Okay, so I thought this one was really timely. Describe a time when you gave yourself permission to rest and recharge.
Ooh.
How did it affect your mood and energy?
I am so bad at resting.
It's hard.
It really is.
It's so hard in our culture.
Yeah, we're always go, go, go.
To like always be productive, always be achieving.
Yeah.
And we forget that rest is essential.
Is this prompt like trying to tell us to view rest as an act of self-compassion?
I think so.
Okay.
Because it's not about being lazy or unproductive. It's about recognizing that we're worthy of rest. And that actually recharging our batteries allows us to show up more fully.
So it's actually like a benefit to everyone around us.
Totally.
If we take time to rest.
Everyone wins.
Okay, I'm sold.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
I'm putting rest on my to-do list.
Excellent.
So let's venture now into the territory of processing past experiences.
Okay, let's go there.
There's a prompt in here that I feel like a lot of people will relate to.
Okay, what is it?
Write about a time you felt misunderstood. Reflect on what happened and how it impacted the way you see yourself.
Yeah, that's a powerful one.
Because I think everybody at some point has felt misunderstood.
I think so.
And that can be really painful.
It can be really hurtful.
Yeah.
Like you're not being seen or heard for who you truly are.
So this feels a little vulnerable, this prompt.
It does.
So should we tiptoe around it or just dive right in?
I think it's about finding a balance.
Yeah.
Like journaling is a safe space to explore those difficult emotions. But it's also important to do it at your own pace.
Yeah.
And with self-compassion.
It's not about dwelling in the negative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about understanding how those experiences might have shaped how you see yourself today.
So maybe even like reframing those experiences.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so with that in mind, let's move on to setting goals and positive intentions.
Okay.
This feels a little bit lighter, a little more future-focused.
Yeah, more like action-oriented.
Yeah. What stood out to you in this category?
I like this one. What's one positive change you'd like to make in your daily routine?
Okay.
It highlights the power of small, consistent actions.
Okay.
You know, we often think about like these grand gestures.
Yeah.
But really, it's the small daily habits that can make a big difference.
It's like those little threads of positivity that you weave into
the tapestry of your life.
Yes, exactly.
We love that.
I'm already thinking about like what small changes I can make.
Yeah, what about you?
What about you?
What's coming up for you?
Well, I definitely need to drink more water.
That's a good one.
I think we all do.
We all do.
So maybe that'll be my thing.
There you go.
What about you?
You know, for me, I think it's about being more intentional about incorporating mindful moments into my day.
Yeah.
Like even just taking a few minutes to focus on my breath or savor my morning coffee without distractions.
That's good.
Just like small acts of presence can make a big difference.
I like that. And it reminds me of the prompt about like finding simple things that bring you joy.
Yes.
And making an effort to enjoy them more often.
Yes, because why not?
Yeah, life is too short.
Life is way too short.
To postpone joy.
Exactly.
Okay, and speaking of things that bring joy.
Okay.
Let's move into embracing mindfulness and self-care.
Ah, yes.
Final category for this part of the dive.
Our final frontier
for today. There's a prompt in here that I think is so powerful.
Okay.
What's one thing you can do each day to nurture your mental health?
I love that one.
It feels like it's reminding us that mental health is not just something you address when you're having a problem.
Right. It's an ongoing process.
Yeah.
It's like brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
You know, you do it every day.
Yeah.
You don't just wait until you have a cavity.
Right. Preventative care?
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So why not give our mental health the same level of attention?
And the cool thing about this prompt is that it's saying, like, find what works for you.
Exactly.
There's no one size fits all.
It's about exploring different practices and finding what brings you a sense of peace or grounding or joy.
So it could be meditation, it could be a walk in nature, it could be,
It could be anything.
yeah,
Whatever works for you.
endless possibilities.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be this grand, time-consuming thing.
Okay.
Even 5 minutes of focused breathing can shift your energy.
It's those micro moments
Yes.
that can
Those little moments can ripple out
yeah.
into the rest of your day.
Okay, I'm into it.
I'm glad.
What other prompts in this category stood out to you?
Okay, so I like this one. Describe a place where you feel at ease. Reflect on why this place is comforting and how you can visit it physically or mentally more often.
I love that.
Because it speaks to the power of creating these mental sanctuaries, whether it's a real place or a place in your imagination.
Oh, I'm picturing my happy place right now.
What is it?
It's like a cozy cabin in the woods.
Ooh, I love it.
With a fire.
So cozy.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is you can access that place anytime.
Okay.
Anywhere, just by closing your eyes.
It's like your escape hatch.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going to try that.
Do it.
So as we're kind of wrapping up this part of the dive, I'm noticing like a theme emerging.
Okay, what is it?
It feels like Le Stallion is encouraging us to be more intentional.
Yes.
About our inner world.
Totally. To pay attention, to like cultivate a relationship with ourselves.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a journey.
It is a journey.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
So before we move on to the final leg of our deep dive,
the final frontier.
I'm going to take a little break to let this all soak in.
Sounds good.
Be back soon with even more gems.
Can't wait.
From Le Stallion's 50 Journaling Prompts for Therapy. We are back for the final part
the home stretch
of our deep dive into Le Stallion's 50 Journaling Prompts for Therapy.
I'm excited for these last few.
Me too.
Yeah.
I feel like we've already been on quite the journey.
Yeah, we have.
Okay, so circling back to exploring emotions and self-awareness.
Okay.
There's a prompt in here that I was really drawn to.
What is it?
What's one thing you can do each day to connect with your emotions?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because it's so easy to just go through life on autopilot.
Yeah.
But this is like really encouraging us to just hit pause and like check in with ourselves.
Be present with how you're feeling.
Exactly. And Le Stallion talks about how this gives us valuable insights into our needs and our motivations and even our behaviors.
Right. It's like we're becoming more conscious of the forces that are driving us.
Okay. Now, in the building self-compassion and acceptance category, there's a prompt that I think is really relevant for those times when we're struggling with guilt or shame.
Oh, yeah.
Write about a time you forgave yourself for something you felt guilty about. How did it feel, and what did you learn from that process?
It's so hard to forgive ourselves sometimes, isn't it?
It is.
We're so much harder on ourselves than we are on anyone else.
Totally. So is this prompt trying to like nudge us towards self-acceptance?
I think so.
Okay.
Because it's not about condoning our mistakes.
Right.
It's about acknowledging that we're human.
We're going to mess up.
We're going to mess up. We're not perfect.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
It's about letting go of that judgment.
It's about releasing that burden of guilt and shame.
Okay, so let's shift gears now to processing past experiences.
Okay.
There's a prompt in here that I think is kind of a two-parter. Like, it could be very heartwarming, but also potentially heartbreaking.
Yeah.
What's one thing you wish you could tell your younger self?
Oh, wow.
Reflect on why this message is meaningful to you now.
That's beautiful.
I know, it's like sending a little message back in time.
Yeah, it's like connecting with your past self.
Yeah.
With compassion and understanding.
And also recognizing how far you've come.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, let's jump ahead now to setting goals and positive intentions.
Okay.
There's a prompt in here that I really like.
What is it?
Think about a new skill or hobby you'd like to try.
Okay.
Reflect on why it excites you and how it could support your personal growth.
Oh, I love that.
I love the idea of like always learning new things.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think it's so important to stay curious.
Yeah, and to challenge ourselves.
Yes. Embrace that growth mindset.
Exactly.
Never stop learning.
Okay, and speaking of journeys,
Yeah.
let's wind down with our final category.
Okay.
Embracing mindfulness and self-care.
Yes.
I was really drawn to the prompt about like creating a simple morning or evening routine that helps you like start or end your day positively.
Love that.
Because it's those little rituals that can make such a difference.
Right. They provide structure and stability, which can be so grounding.
Especially when life feels chaotic.
Absolutely.
So it's like creating those little pockets of peace and intentionality.
Yes. I love that.
Okay, I think we have officially explored
You did?
all 5 categories.
We made it.
of Lestallion's 50 Journaling Prompts for Therapy.
What a journey.
It has been quite the adventure.
It has.
We've talked about everything from, like, exploring our emotions to setting goals to processing past experiences.
To prioritizing self-care.
It feels like Lestallion has given us this toolbox filled with prompts to help us better understand ourselves, navigate life's challenges.
And create a more fulfilling life.
Exactly. And I love that these are just starting points.
Right.
You know, you can take these prompts and adapt them and make them your own.
And see where they lead you.
And see where they lead you on your own personal journey.
Exactly.
Now, before we wrap up, I have one final prompt for you, dear listener.
Okay, hit me.
Inspired by our deep dive today.
Okay, I'm ready.
Imagine you could have a conversation with your future self 5 years from now.
Ooh.
What advice or insights would your future self offer you about your current challenges or aspirations?
What a powerful question.
I know, right?
I love it.
So I hope you've enjoyed joining us on this deep dive.
We too.
Into the world of journaling prompts.
It's been a pleasure.
And we hope you feel inspired to explore your own inner landscape.
Yes, get out there and journal.
Happy journaling, everyone.
Until next time.